Josh Bonjo is a model of hard work and perseverance, and his attitude is inspiring. December 12, 2010 was a day that changed everything for this young man and his family. Their lives are now dedicated to helping Josh regain what he lost that night.
Josh was a really remarkable little boy. Read, spoke, walked, did everything almost too early for his own good. Very, very intelligent, very inquisitive. Everywhere he went, he would introduce himself right away, and demand to see everybody's keys. He was really into looking at everyone's keys. He entered into school at the age of 4.5 with a lot of academic skills already under his belt and really loved the community aspect of the school that he went to. He had a real early interest in technology and the focus on that from he was the first person in our house to spend a lot of time on the World Wide Web, as we referred to it back then. He showed great aptitude in languages, studied Japanese while he was in high school there, and continued to really progress with technical skills and was studying computer science in college at the time of his accident. Josh was at a friend's house. He'd gone over there to wish him happy birthday, and the way home at midnight on December 12th, 2010, was T-boned by an oncoming car. Before we had even figured out that something had happened, we had gotten a call from the hospital in Paoli, and Josh was the first trauma patient at the Paoli's new trauma center. While he was at Paoli, he was in an induced coma for most of that time. Within a week of starting to wake up, they had him shipped to Bryn Mawr, which we were really thankful for. He was at Bryn Mawr for almost 6 months, so he was there from the beginning of 2011 to May. And we spent that whole 6 months living at Bryn Mawr Rehab, our whole family and all of our friends, and it was a very intense time, but we're very pleased with the progress he made there. He came home awake and happy to be home and ready to continue with therapy. We decided that he needed more of a physical focus. He still has pretty significant mobility issues and balance issues, and wanted to make sure that his strength and muscle tone continued to stay viable while he was still stuck in the wheelchair. We had heard a little bit about it and just researched it online and came in and met with Scott, and he was so supportive and excited about Josh's progress to that time that we were thrilled to get started right away, and we were lucky enough to have Tim as his trainer, and he's been doing 2 hours a week here ever since.
Josh, he's a 21-year-old guy, still has lots of friends, you know, he's very socially active and all that kind of stuff. I just know recently he was going back to a high school charity event, I believe, so him and his friends of that age still get together, they come around, they pick him up, they do all that kind of stuff. Scott thought, just due to some of Josh's interests and things like that, that him and I would be a good fit, and I kind of started with him right from the beginning. His mom lets me know everything that's going on from start to finish during the week, so I'm very in touch with, you know, how he's feeling during the week and what's going on, you know, if he's having any sort of discomfort or if he's had a really, really great week. Josh's demeanor's always been really good when he's come in. Again, he's a young guy and he still has that attitude of a young guy. He's never negative. When I first met him, it was at a point where he could barely, like without assistance, get up out of his chair, to the point now where you just basically stand next to him and it's kind of just like guiding help for him. We went from taking just a step holding on to something to where now, again, I'm just a small support and he can walk across the entire gym floor.
Fighting Back has been a great complement to the PT he's received. We've tried to steer most of his PT to focus on mobility, making sure that he's stretched and receiving enough exercise to keep building his muscles and the upper body in particular has been a great complement. We've seen increases in strength all across the board. Tim's been really wonderful in helping us continue to update our at-home physical therapy program. We've included things like kettlebells and things that I would never have thought to be part of our therapy regime at home under his guidance. Some of the stuff that we do every day, standing at a bar, using weights, those are things that have come straight out of what Tim has been working on with Josh here. He still has a goal of going back to school, but at this point, his recovery is his biggest focus.